Yes, welcome guys. Welcome again to the continuation of what we did the last time. So basically, like I was saying, there are a lot of things that some graphic designers would want to do. So let me quickly add a few techniques and then things here to change the overlook of things and then move on to what I really wanted to do. So I could change this particular text to look very white. All right, so that people won't strain to see. Then I can go to my background and then duplicate it, Control J. These are fundamental things that you should understand by now. Then I'll go to say pattern overlay. I'll choose something like this. All right. Then I'll multiply. All right. Sorry, let me make this normal. Okay. Then I'll come to the green background. I would want to blend it, so I'll use multiply, all right, so that it turns something like that. And this makes it quite um, nicer. All right, so let me go back here. And with the pattern that I chose, I'm going to reduce the opacity. Okay, yeah. So I'll come back here and I have something like this. So I worked on the background a little bit and I blended it with the background and I have something like this. So you can do something like this along the way. I'm going to save it and I'm going to add it to your next set of videos, right? So you can look on it as a guide and then let it help you. So banner first use case. All right, there we go. All right, so now to the next thing that we are going to do. So still new. All right, so first of all, duplicate the background, right? Put a color on it. Because I usually want to move fast, I always like to draw shapes on it, right? Okay, I'm going to choose a color for it. Let's say orange. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Now, the next thing you're going to learn is beyond the normal things that you know, all right, or the beyond the previous one. In the previous one, we understood that you can just use text and then maybe shapes. In this particular case, you are going to use images, you are going to use shapes and whatnot. All right, so first of all, I would want to draw a shape using my pen tool. Okay, so I come here. You remember the curves. I guess by now you've practiced, so you can draw certain things now. All right, so I have my shape here like that. Please, one thing with the drawing is this: anytime you are drawing to fill a particular portion, make sure that it extends outside the shape. Okay, we are not interested in this part, so you can draw it anyhow, but what we are interested is in a shape here. Then here I'm going to um I'm going to make sure that this particular place I have a drop shadow, right? I have a drop shadow. So if I good, I have a drop shadow on them. Now again, um, I'm going to write a title, maybe peace conference, and I'm going to teach you a new technique very soon. right? All right, so peace conference. So we are still on banners. All right, we are still on banners, but we are going to do more than that. So say 2020. I'm going to change this to, I want a weird font. Let me use Gilroy. All right, so instead of 2020, this is what I'm going to do. All right, please look at it very well. I'm going to reduce the opacity of this. All right, or better yet, I'll choose this particular color and then just make it bold like that. Now with the 2020 at the background, I can duplicate it. So remember, you hold the Alt and then the Shift on the same lane. I take it here and I bring it down. I bring it here. I bring this here. I bring this here. So it's all about being creative, yeah. So I have something like that. So 2020 is all around. Then what I'm going to do is to get my rectangle shapes. I want to make the edges a little bit round, so like that. Then I'm going to duplicate them. So remember duplication, hold the Alt, the Shift, and then move here. And then the next one too is here. So 1, 2, 3. Let me take it to the middle. All right, so how can you take it to the middle? Let me just go to background and let me center all of them. Now, what I just did, please go over it slowly so that I understand it. It's got to do with alignment, right? And we'll treat alignment later so you understand them more. All right, so these dimensions are okay. So we are going to put, the next thing we are going to learn is how to put images in these boxes. In my version, which is 2020, I could have just used the frame to just put them inside, okay? But in your case, you might not have that feature, so we are going to go traditionally. All right, so I want to take it a little bit up, then take this one to up, right? Then I have to get some images. All right, I just need random images. All right, so I have some photos here, I think, myself. So what you do is this, you see, remember that we said for layers, anytime you are drawing, it comes on top. So you click the shape, okay, in which you want to place the picture. You click on it first. When you click on it, go and then pull your picture from wherever it is onto the software. Just drop it like that. All right, and allow it to load. Now when you drop it, that picture will now fall on top of the shape that you selected. So look at this portion very well. So this is what I selected. Immediately I drop it, it's on top of it. Now what I'm going to do next is to make sure that I drag this picture. First of all, let me resize it. All right, and then I drag it on top of the shape I want to put it in. All right, so when I'm done, I'll just hold Alt. Please look at the layers. So on the rectangle, I press, I make sure that the image is selected. I hold an Alt. The image here is going to change, right? And then I left click. Automatically, the picture will fit into the shape. So, yep. So let's say peace conference. I wonder what somebody dressed like a hacker is going to do at a peace conference. Anyway, sorry about that. So I have this here. Let me zoom in for us to see. All right, so I have this here. I'll do same for the rest. Any other image, any other image. Okay, so like I said, I'll make sure that I click the next one I want to put the picture in, then I'll drag and drop the picture on top. I'll resize the picture. You remember this image we worked on in the last two previous videos. Then I hold the Alt key, go to my layers. You realize that the cursor will change. So let me repeat it again. I'll hold the Alt key, it changes, and I bring the mouse in between the shape that I want to put the image in and then the image. So I hold the Alt and then it changes. And I just click, then it fits inside. I click this edge and then use the Alt, right? Shift Alt to resize and then put it there. Then let me do the last one quickly. Okay. All right. So I have something like that. I equally put it here. Right. I hold the Alt and then I drop it inside. After that, I click here and then resize. Right. So I have something like that. Okay. So I have three images here, which has been put into this particular banner. Now, one thing is because the background is quite, like light, I might not be able to see the edges. So let's go back to something that we learned, stroke. In the last two previous videos, we talked about stroke. So I can go here, click the shape, and then stroke it. All right, stroke. So I'll use, let's say, this particular color, but I'll dim it a little bit. Or I might use the white and then do something like that. Then when I'm done, I go to the next shape. Make sure that the shape is selected. Double click it, then you click stroke. Automatically, all the ones that I've done will take for. So I go to the last one, click the rectangular, double click on the stroke, and then I have white strokes around the image. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to write my name and then my position. So instead of me using a text, I'm using a text area. You remember we talked about text area. So we have 64. Let me just reduce it to say 20. Okay, good. So I have my name S S S S Afari. Then enter, and then I'll write who am I? Peace conference. So let me say so I hit enter. Let's say hacker. Okay, so all the criminals are going to have a peace conference, but because I would want to highlight the name more, okay, what I'm going to do is, first of all, let me change the color. All right, and then orange can go with yellow. We'll come back to concepts and then you know the blends very well. So this time I'm going to center all of them, right? So I go to paragraph here and then center all of them. But because I'm interested in the names, I would make sure that I increase the font for only the name. Okay, so one. Now because I'm done with one, remember I don't need to go and write the same or the names again for each of them by creating text boxes. All I do is I duplicate. So I hold the shift and then the alt and then drag this one here to the center, right? Then I drop, then I do the third thing for this one. Then I go in and then just click the details. So for this, sorry, that's my name. So I come here, double click, I'll write maybe Tokyo. Those of you who watched then I'll write robbery gang. Alright, then I go to the third one, then I write Belinda, and I write car snatcher. No, I can't use car snatcher. Let me use okay, maybe she's a makeup artist, right? Artist. So good, I have something like that. Okay, simple. All right, simple. I can go ahead and then add a lot of things to it, but what I'm going to add next is because it's a conference, I'll need to have a theme, right? So I can draw a rectangular box here, right? And then just do it, leave it that way. Make sure that you center it, okay? Center it. And I want the box to extend into the white, all right? Then beneath here, I'm going to write, oh no, beneath, I mean here, I'm going to write theme. Okay, I'm going to write theme. I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, and I'm going to change the color to yellow. Alright, when I do yellow, people might not see. When I do white, the white will be many in this particular instance. So what do? I would make it yellow, but I'm going to put it on a very dark background. So I'm going to draw another shape here, and let's say I use this, right? Good. Then I drag this one, then put it here. The only reason why it's there is because the layer is on it, so I just drag the 2020 layer. Did I do 20? Yeah. Oh, all right. So I push the layer here, so I can do this. Okay, and do that, and make sure that I keep boldening this one and make it quite deep so that we can see the difference. Okay, so I have theme. Now I'd have to write something here, maybe um peace for prosperity. Interesting. Okay, so let me just give you a tip here about how to choose your colors. All right, um this is how you do it. For people to easily see what you're writing, you have to work with contrast. So there are two things. if you have a deep background, all right, there should be a light text on the background so that people can see. If you have a very light background, the text on it should be what? Very deep so that people can see. So let's look at this thing very well. Here I had orange, so the text here should have been lighter. So you have white and then you have yellow. That way you can see. Here it was white, so the text inside was what? Wine, deep, so that people can see. So there's a core thing that you need to learn about principles of design. A lighter background, you should have a solid thing in or on the lighter background so that people can see the object itself, because concentration will not be on the background. But if you have a deeper background, there's supposed to be a lighter text there so that people can see. All right. For example, it amounts to how designs have been made, even how we dress. You wear a black jeans or a blue jeans, but you wear a lighter top. For example, sea blue, white top. You can wear a black top or a very deep top, but then you realize that if you wear it on a deep jeans, it looks some way. So you usually wear it on a, say, dirty jeans or light jeans. So basically that's it. So here, what we are going to do next is to do a few things. So we are going to, let me create a text area. I'm going to write my date, then enter. Then I reduce the font again. Maybe 6th, 10th, 2020. Then I'm going to select and then increase the font size a little bit. All right. Okay. So we can do this. Oh, 2020. We can do this. Right. Let me reduce this one a little bit. Okay. So we can do this. All right. Then beneath the date, all right, I can have small text here. So let's say I change the text to let me choose something. So that's what I was talking about. If I have a deep color and then a deep something, it doesn't match out well, right? So I think the background white is okay, it's appropriate, but I can use black for this particular side. All right. Okay, so I can do this, then I press, okay, I can just reduce, sorry, because I use text area, that's how come it's doing that. So I can just hold shift and then duplicate for here again, and this time around I'll change the detail here. For example, time, so I do 8 p.m. prompt, so I have something like that. Then you have the whole space here. The point is, with the whole space, what are you going to do here? You need to find details to put there. So for example, I can add registration, I can add registration. So notice something, I can now add my lighter colors on it. I can write something here as registration link. All right, so I drag this and then put it here. I extend this one a little bit. Good. So registration link, we have say www dot peace for prosperity.com/register. Then I change the text to the deep one, so I have something like that. Okay, so it's pretty cool here. It's pretty cool. So what you can do here is to extend this particular one here so that it aligns perfectly well. All right, now these are alignments. You notice that all of them are on a straight line, all of them are on a straight line. Then what again can we do here? Now let's be creative. So you can go and get some of your shapes. I think in your software your shapes will be more nicer than mine. All right, so I can just come and draw something here like that. Choose this color, right? But I reduce the opacity and then do something like that. And I duplicate them wherever. Sorry, please, you need to take your time so that you don't drag things out of proportion. So it can be something like this. Now, when I'm done with the seal boxes, all right, I'm going to select all of them. It looks like they're a little bit. Then I reduce it so that I can see. Good. Then I can add something. What again? Yeah, so basically think about anything that you want to add. I could add contact maybe for more information. Call. Because I added my number somewhere. 0247936396. And another tip I'm going to give you, when it comes to designing, if you are working on things, the maximum color you are supposed to choose is 3. You are supposed to choose 3 color combinations. Don't extend the colors, please. All right, don't extend the colors, please. So you can use different shades, but make sure that your colors are actually 3. The best is 2. So if you look at most of our network operators, MTN has 3, Tigo has 2, or at most 3 because there are white elements inside. Okay. Uber has 2 colors, black and white. Bolt has 2 colors. So it's either you're going 2 or you're going 3. As easy as that. Don't combine more than 3 colors on one particular image. All right. So for here, what I can do is, because the details here are black, I could do this. I could also change this one to the black. All right. Similarly, I could go, because we are dealing with details, right? I will go here, then change this one to black. Now you see how it makes sense. There's supposed to be a balance. There's supposed to be, when it comes to principles of design, there are certain things which are very key. Here, the detail was black. The heading was deep. So we can go and change this one, for example, to suit this particular color. All right. Then the headings as well, you can change them. All right. So basically, we have a simple banner design where we put images into them. Okay, where we put images into them. So see how easy it was to draw, but it was time consuming. So we have something like this. So I'm going to save this one. I'm going to add this particular banner to it. You're supposed to download your own images. All right, so I gave you a website, pexels.com. Have a lot of images there. Download them and use it. Be creative. Create different stuff apart from training on this. Create a lot of stuff, because at the end of the this week you're going to be uploading a lot of works. All right, so, and I'm going to download some designs online, and I'll ask you to replicate them for me. All right, now quick, yes, I almost forgot. Before I go, in the previous assignment I said that you people should download some shapes and then all those kind of things and upload them. So some of you were having issues with it, so let's try and then upload some of them. For example, I'm going to upload a custom shape. All right, custom shape. So where do I go in order to get a custom shape? I go up here, the certain sign, then I go to import shapes. All right, now when I go there, I have to navigate to where the shapes are. All right, to navigate to where the shapes are. I don't even, okay, I think I have some here. All right, let's say shapes. Okay, I think I have some shapes here. These are brushes, these are fonts. No, these are fonts. Interesting. I need to, okay, so this is shape. All right, wow, I have an error with that. Anyways, okay, let me ignore this one and then try the brushes as well. So basically all of them, they assume the same thing. So I go to brush tools, I go up here, I come to this point, and then I go to import brushes. All right, I think there was a brush tool, which is the only reason why I don't want to input the shapes is because I've not extracted it. They are zip files and I've not extracted it, so I really want to do something quick for you to see. So I go to compressed. I think I saw some brushes here. These are shapes anyway. Oh, oh, these were the shapes anyway. I want to use the brushes. Yes, I have some brushes here. Let's say um, swirl brushes. All right, so these are all brushes which I've um, already done. Then I press OK. Automatically, when I go down, the swirl brushes are here. As easy as that. So now the brushes have been added. So that's how you can add your brushes. Let me go to the shape, the shapes, and then import the shapes. So there were some shapes here. Good. I think I have a lot of shapes here. Let's say I want to smileys. All right. Why am I not getting any? Okay, let me use the shape. All right, so I just added a shape here, which is web icons. So let's look at the web icons. Good. So they are the social media handles and whatnot. So for example, assuming I wanted to add a Twitter handle, I just click on, okay, let's say Facebook. I would have come here, hold the shift, and then just put it there. So in this case, what it means is that then I'll choose a color for it, obviously. Let me choose this Facebook color. So what it means is that when you have the shapes, you don't need to draw. Assuming I didn't have the shapes, I would have drawn. All right, but in this case, because I have the shapes, I will just use the shapes on it, then I drag it here. All right, then I'm going to go to the same place. Now I'm going to choose Twitter and equally add it here, same dimension. So I have this and I have that. So that's it with the shapes and then the brushes and what's not. All right, so basically that's what we've done. I need to center these two, all right, because it looks like it's appearing at the left side more. So if I want to do that, I click the two items or the one item I want to center, hold the control and click the background. Up here, they will change. So this the center background. Good. So once I've centered it, I can shift this one. I can shift this one here, right? And I can shift this one to, sorry, good. So I have something like that, and let's say it's fine. So I have a simple banner. Wow, conference. So I want to center this one as well. So with this one selected, I come in, hold control, choose the background, and then center it as easy as ABC. So I just did this thing easily. Please practice with it. We'll meet in the next class.